An arc is a door. An angel is a spirit with right hand path energy. Put these together, you got archangel, also known as spirit path. So let's take archangel and apply it to another Michael, that being Michael Jordan, and the Chicago Command. Archangel Michael Jordan in the spirit in the Chicago Command. Archangel, the spirit path, the energetic path of an athlete like Michael Jordan, the way he demonstrated himself on the basketball floor, on the basketball court, what he's achieved, the amount of rings, that being 6. 6 is for Venus. That stands for Venus. And this is a very fertile and ongoing energy. And you have this same thing springing into the marketability of his ongoing sneaker sales and his transcendental status. But we'll get into the transcendence in a second. How you have this replaying of Sodom and Gomorrah, him being the North Carolina Tar Heel in the pits, according to the Old Testament, when Melchizedek appeared. It was after a battle that took place in tar pits, pits of salt, tar, and lime. So Tar Heels, he's making the shot against the bulldog. So now you have the path, the career trajectory of Jordan, all pointing to the number 23 too, because we're in the year 2023. And parts of what we came out of is like we've been a tar heel, like our heels have been in tar. We've been tarred and feathered going in the years leading into 2023. History was like that. Like history, the whole human race was being tarred and feathered by the pandemic, by economics, by this and that. And we had to make a shot against Anubis, right? The Anubis of the metropolitan spirit, of the spirit of commerce. There was a bulldog present. And we had to shoot, but you got that, you still have that reference to the bull, letting you know that this is a Venusian lesson. So Michael Jordan, the Tar Heel, makes the shot against Georgetown in April, which is on a lot of calendars on the left hand. This is the first month of the year, April. And it celebrates the bull. And he makes the shot against the bulldogs in April, the time that's celebrated of the bull, going into Taurus. I think he made the shot on the 16th of April of 82. Either way, it was a few days before I was born, like a week or so. So he makes this shot, and we make our shot against Anubis. And how do you make that shot is described in another video dealing with the dog nature of the underworld and how not to chase your tail and to learn how to follow your nose to perceive a situation. But back to the Archangel Michael Jordan and the Chicago Command. So you have, what do you have in the name Jordan also? You have the crossing over. You have John the Baptist, the person being buried in the old life and coming up in the new life symbology, being made renewed, just in the last name being Jordan. Just in the last name being Jordan, you get this kind of reference. So you use that and now look at the word Chicago. Look at the word Chicago. It's 3 words. Chi, which is psychic force. Ka, which is Egyptian for the body. And go, which is a verb, to proceed. Chicago is a command, which basically says mind, body, proceed. This is what you're telling yourself before every action you take. You're telling yourself, Chicago, Chicago, mind, body, proceed. Chicago. Michael Jordan. So Mikael, right? Ambassador of El, ambassador of God, the one who crosses over into the new life type of energy, does this under the 23 energy, right? With the number 23 on him, with the sign of a bull whose horns are red tipped. So the boar gorged something. You get the phrase, you mess with the bull, you get the horns, was an old school phrase that was real popular back in the 80s and 90s. What did he gore? Well, if you want to be astronomical and astrological at the same time, basically Orion, the one who's the hunter, who's has his bow pulled against him. So the Michael Jordan energy is about conquering the world of stardom because the bull's horns are red tipped. And if you want to be transcendent, you have to be transcendent right now in the time of superstars where everybody's a superstar. Anybody from the comfort of their own home can become a superstar now. So how do you be a superstar among superstars? You understand mind, body, proceed. Chicago. And 23 basically stands for your DNA. All 23 chromosomes of what make you you. This activates all of that. To be an ambassador of what are we calling God? Absolute power. To be an ambassador of absolute power, it takes mind and body to proceed. Your mind and your body, basically your mind and your heart, you could say, your thoughts and emotions being on the same page in order for you to progress, to proceed. For your ka to go, your chi and your ka to go. You can't go unless your chi and your ka are connected. The body is subject to risk. If it's just ka go, you need the mind to protect the body. If it's just chi go, the chi's purpose is to produce remedies for the upkeep of the body. So Chicago cannot be separated. And so you had a transcendent athlete whose number is 23, which adds up to 5, who won 6 rings, which is 11, which makes him what? A god of the sport. Transcended Thomio right in front of you. And something as simple as NBA basketball. 6 rings. Venus, that's the bull again. When you do gematria, the 6 is the Venusian planetary energy. He did this under the bull. Do you think it's a coincidence that the bull is a ongoing archetype in the career of Michael Jordan? The people who create entertainment are using all of this science and metaphysics to run the world. And you can tap into these light codes. And it's like an ocean of consciousness where you're getting psychological superpowers. This is where you get your Jean Greys from. This is where you get your Professor X's from, your morphs from. People who can be very mercurial, because that's how Jordan's persona is. He's a mercurial personality under Mercury, Hermes, the communicator, the one who spins fastest around the sun. Because it didn't take Jordan all day to get 6 rings, right? Because the new generation, their 23 is LeBron, having the cavalier energy, being cavalier, not letting anything get to you too bad, learning how to develop thick skin if possible, being cavalier, being bold in the face of danger, even if you feel fear, but being cavalier. So even if you put the 23 on LeBron, it still makes sense. Took it down to Miami. Miami what? Heat. In the heat, right? Descending into the underworld. He had to go south. Then he ended up where? in the city of Los Angeles to join the ones who descended, to join the fallen ones. And this doesn't always mean cast out, depending on which mythos you accept. This can mean those who had compassion enough to bring themselves low to help humanity also. What would you call the mythos of Jesus when compared to the mythos of Satan? One was coming down from above to wreak havoc. Another one was coming down from above to wreak peace, right? But both things are coming from above. Both things are doing the mercurial thing, orbiting around the sun the fastest, like a ball of lead. Even being Saturnian in that kind of way, and its repose. But also that is to be attributed to the Zen principles of Phil Jackson, which we'll probably have to re-dig into in another video, if you can dig. All right. So that's, in a nutshell, the archangel title, the spirit path of Michael Jordan's career in the mind body command. Right? So again, thank you for your time and attention. Again, this is Super T Sigma over here. Reaching is teaching. I thank you again for your support. Thank you again for your shout out. Definitely. I appreciate that greatly. I'm going to continue to make more. We inspire each other. Continue to keep on doing what you're doing. It's much love, much love. All right. So y'all continue to vibrate high. Peace.